Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the December the 1st meeting of the Richmond Common Council. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Remain standing for a prayer from Councilor Purcell. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads in prayer. Gracious and loving God, we come before you today with humble hearts, seeking your guidance and wisdom as we gather to serve our community. Bless this meeting with clarity, respect, and collaboration. May our decisions be rooted in fairness, truth, and a shared commitment to the well-being of all. Grant us the courage to make decisions that honor justice and compassion, and the patience to listen to one another with open minds and kind spirits. May our efforts today bring positive change and unity to those we serve. We ask this for your presence to guide us this evening. Amen.
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 Thank you, Mr. Purcell. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Doug Goss.
Here.
Lucinda Wright.
Present.
Bill Engel.
Here.
Larry Parker.
Here.
Ann Taylor.
Here.
Gary Turner.
Here.
Jane Bumbelow.
Here.
Justin Burkhart.
Here.
Jerry Purcell.
Here.
All are present.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes of our regular meeting, which was held on November the 17th.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
if there are no corrections or additions, I move that we pass the minutes from the regular meeting of November 17th.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve the minutes of our regular meeting as held on November the 17th. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Presentations, petitions, memorials. I don't believe we have any this evening. Communications from the mayor. The mayor has called me and said that he would be able to attend, but I think that
We've got
Ann has.
one thing he wanted mentioned was Main Street Richmond proudly presents the Storybook Christmas Parade. Join us this Friday, December 5th at 7 p.m. as the parade starts off from 10th and Main Street and makes its way towards Jack Alstro Plaza. Bring your family and your friends for an evening of holiday magic, community spirit, and festive celebration.
Thank you. Report of Board of Works and Safety, November the 13th was included in our packet. Anybody have any questions regarding those reports? Reports from department heads, standing committees. I don't believe we have any reports on there either. Wayne County Tourism Bureau, we have 3 people that have been suggested to be reappointed. Is there any additional people that might be interested to be appointed to this? Hearing none, those 3 people, Sam Patel, Pam Boring, and Dana Waggle. I'd like to have a motion on that one.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the appointment of Sam Patel, Pam Boring, and Dana Waggle. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Street Tree Commission, Howard Price was suggested as one of the members. Do we have any additional members that would like to be brought forward at this time? Hearing none, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to appoint Howard Price to the Street Tree Commission. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Ordinance is on first reading.
Mr. President, could I ask about ordinance 56? Can that be added?
You can. I'm about to offer
Okay.
a motion that we amend the agenda and add ordinance 56, 2025 to our agenda for this evening.
Second.
Motion and second to add ordinance 56 to our agenda this evening. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I move to amend our rules or suspend them, I should say, and advance ordinance 56, 2025, 57, 58, 59 to be read by title only.
Second.
Have a motion and second to suspend the rules and read ordinance 57, 58, 59,
56.
and 56 by title only. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Ordinance 56 will be read first.
Ordinance 56, an appropriation ordinance authorizing the submittal, acceptance, and appropriation of a grant from the Indianapolis Foundation.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Allison Seidel. I'm the Vice Chair of the Environmental Sustainability Commission, and I have Thomas Hill with me. He's the GIS Coordinator. I hope you'll forgive me. I'm going to read some of this just so I don't leave out any details for you. And thanks for getting us on the agenda. There was some confusion the last meeting about this piece. There was, we have nothing to do with the drug-free Wayne County, and that was on the paperwork. That is not us. So thank you for allowing us to switch up. So we are asking for permission to apply for a grant up to $100,000 from the Indianapolis Foundation. This is unusual that the Indianapolis Foundation or anybody near the Central Indiana Community Foundation would reach out beyond Indianapolis and that area. That's generally where they have their funding. But for this particular fund, it reaches all of the state. So if you had questions about that, that's why we're applying. The request follows the directive that we were given by council in 2022 when the climate action plan was unanimously passed, which was that there was no funding for a sustainability coordinator at the time, and I assume not now either. And therefore, any climate action plan help would need to be grant funded. So we have been eagerly looking for grants to help fund that position or any help for that type of thing. Therefore, we are seeking some funding from the Indianapolis Foundation, the Indiana Climate Democracy Catalyst Fund, which is a mouthful, but it's a partnership between 4 different foundations, which is the Indianapolis Foundation, the McKnight Foundation, the McKinney Family Foundation, and the Herbert Simon Family Foundation. These are all organizations that have been very, very active in climate action in Indiana, and they have supported many programs, and in fact have supported programs that Richmond has already benefited from, including tree plantings that we have done, interns we have hosted, such as that. So we've already been very cozy with these foundations, and they've done a lot for us already, but we learned about this new opportunity to go through the Catalyst funds for some additional funding. We were recommended for this grant opportunity by several Indianapolis contacts, and so we reached out to the funder. They said, yes, we would like you to apply. We gave them a couple different things that we thought might be exciting for them to apply. They clung right onto the Climate Action Plan implementation. This fund is very specific. So the 2 things they fund are inclusive democracy, so voter registration, things like that. That's not what we do. Interested, but not what we do. And the other thing is climate action. So this is not something we can't have them supplying money to plow the roads right now of all the snow or anything like that. It's a very specific fund. They will only fund climate work or inclusive democracy. We are going for a multi-year award, so the total grant application would not exceed $100,000, but we would like that to span over 2 to 3 years. It would include a variety of projects, but one of the big things that they want us to focus on is community engagement. So we can have an idea of some of the projects we would like accomplished, but they would like community engagement to drive some of the other pieces of that. So we are hoping that this could maybe pay for a contractor to help figure some of that stuff out, but also maybe to make some applications to other foundations for further funding of implementation. If granted by the council, we'll proceed with the application and submit it within the next few weeks. Timeline is a little wonky because we don't know if the 2026 will have this catalyst fund available. We're not really sure. So December is our last kind of final shot at this. And as a grant proposal writer, I would be delighted if we would get earlier notification that we can write this proposal rather than kind of last minute, because it just takes us a while to put together a solid proposal, and representing the Sustainability Commission in Richmond, we'd want to make sure it's a solid proposal. So we're happy to answer any questions you might have about that. Thomas has been a part of these conversations for a long time, and Bill serves on the Environmental Sustainability Commission as well.
It's my understanding there is no match to this. This is just strictly a $100,000
Great money.
grant.
Yep.
And you said you wanted to have it over a three-year period?
Yeah, so.
Do they do that, or?
No, they allow for that funding. What we have learned from some of the previous cohorts where we've had funding to have a position or funding to have a contract or funding to have somebody in place, it takes them the first 6 months to figure out what the heck's going on and make the contacts. And so we do not want a situation where we put a very, very part-time, it would not be an employee of the city, it would be a contractor, but a very couple hours a week. We don't want to put that in place and then pull it at the end of 1 year. We just don't think they can make the contacts and get things done fast enough for that. So instead of doing lots of hours in 1 year, we'll spread it out and do less hours over a period of more years, just to ensure that the projects have continuity.
Okay, thank you.
Does the grant allow that?
It does.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, thank you.
Questions from council?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
not necessarily a question and not necessarily related to you all.
Okay.
But I would just, I know that there was some misunderstanding, but to be able to have more than just a day on, be able to review this would be great.
Yeah.
And it's not just specific to ordinance 56. I would appreciate more prep time. Thank you.
Get it?
If this doesn't pass tonight, do you still have time in December?
Yeah,
to
I mean,
get this
we'll-
done?
We'll turn it over. We will write it as fast as possible. What I would probably end up doing, the city will not spend time writing the proposal. That's on me. So I'll use volunteer time and also Earth Charter Indiana time, which is a contractor that pays for me to do climate work in Richmond without any Richmond funding. So I would use some of that time to go ahead and start writing it with my fingers crossed and my toes crossed. And then we would dot all of our i's and cross all the t's after it was approved by council and then submit it after that happened.
Mr. Burkhart, as chairman of the Finance Committee, does that suit you to hold this then?
No, I don't want to hold it to anyone's detriment. I just, oftentimes on our agenda pieces, we get them last minute. So I fully support Allison and her efforts, and I don't want to make this more difficult for anyone. I would just like more preparation time, as these are big decisions.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
hearing that, I would move to suspend our rules and advance ordinance 56, 2025 to second reading,
Second.
title only.
Have a motion and second to advance ordinance 56, 2025 to second reading, read by title only. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Ordinance number 56, 2025, an appropriation ordinance authorizing the submittal, acceptance, and appropriation of a grant from the Indianapolis Foundation.
Ordinance number 56, 2025 is on second reading, which is public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience like to speak in favor of this ordinance? Is there anyone in the audience like to speak in opposition to this ordinance?
Move for engrossment.
Second.
President,
Yes, sir.
I have a question of AJ, if I may.
Sure.
AJ, in consideration with the approach, the new approach from council and the policy on the 3,000 and 4,000 accounts, can we amend this in a way that we authorize the submittal but do not appropriate this upon projects being brought before us?
There is precedent for that, and I think based on the recent modifications that council has made, that would probably be consistent with that discussion. But I would say 7 to 10 years ago, there were authorizations for submittal without appropriations.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion that we change this ordinance in a way that accepts and allows for submittal, but does not, at this time, authorize appropriation.
Mr. President,
Mr. Goss.
and then I have a question for Allison. Does the grant require appropriation?
I don't know about that. Generally speaking, with Indianapolis Fund or with any of the Central Indiana Community Foundation funds, it's a grant that goes into your bucket and then you spend without paperwork and without red tape. So I don't know the exact answer to that question, but generally speaking, it would just be a grant that would be transferred over.
There were grants in the past, Mr. Goss, that did require the appropriation. They did not want to award it to an entity that had not appropriated. So I'm glad you asked that question, but like Allison, I can't answer that as to this grant.
I'm happy to ask that if you would like. But, that's not been my, it's not been my experience with these types of foundations. They're all private foundations.
Yeah, and
The three funds that came together for this one.
And this grant is very specific for what it
Extremely specific, yeah. I mean,
what it can be used for.
I wish I could, yeah, spend money on police and things like that. This is not that type of funding. The Environmental Commission, that's the type of funding we look for, is climate action funding, so that's what we've looked for.
President,
So,
based on the specific, I can't say it.
the specifics, the specifics?
Of the grant, it's all but appropriated.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty specific. We have to submit a budget as well. So the city would, of course, have that budget, and there's no deviating from that. Generally speaking, if we had to deviate, if it was a matter of life or death, it would go through a process with them for us to deviate from that budget.
Mr. President?
Mr. Purcell?
Yes, so has that budget been written and are the projects identified?
Some of the projects were identified as things that the organization would like to see, but they were all of the projects would come directly from the Climate Action Plan, which was approved unanimously by council in 2022. Right. So there would be no project that wasn't already listed on that Climate Action Plan. But in terms of the budget, we sketched out a light budget to know whether we could make the 100,000 work. So it was basically some contractor time combined with some implementation funds, about 20,000 of implementation funds. So for example, if this person were coordinating meetings, or if this person were producing materials, educational, marketing materials, anything like that, all of that stuff would have to come out of that $20,000. So that was the budget numbers that we were playing with, but we needed to make sure that we were allowed to actually apply for the grant before we got too far into it.
Final questions?
Mr. President, yes.
Yes.
If we were to amend, as Mr. Purcell had stated, would that not cause a delay in?
It could. I just am not familiar enough with how this foundation actually does the cash flow piece of it to know that. So I can ask that. But generally speaking, that's probably not a common practice that they would require amendments. AJ, is that more for government funding coming from one government entity to another, or pass-through funding, things like that?
Any grant will require appropriation by the SBOA. It's a matter of the point of application. I just can't say how
happens
that's going
before.
to impact you as you apply.
Yeah.
Final comments?
We have a motion and a second to advance.
We
the
do not
second
have a second. So
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah,
second.
we did.
on the amendment?
No, no.
No. So the amendment dies
On the
for
motion.
lack of a
This is
second.
on the amendment we did.
And we do have a second to advance this to third and final reading, correct?
Second.
Second and final reading.
Second reading?
I'm not going to read it 3 times.
Motion and a second.
Who made it? Everybody
I
was
did.
laughing. GT,
And everybody has voted on that one.
third reading.
Yes, we're ready to go.
I've got to keep up. Somebody call a question?
Call the question.
Second.
Was it engrossed?
No.
No.
Motion to engross.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to engross. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We're engrossing Gary's motion,
No.
not Jerry's,
Right.
not Jerry's
Gary.
amendment.
There wasn't a second on
We
GT.
Okay.
engrossed the ordinance. It can't be changed at this point.
All right. That's what I thought. I just wanted to.
It is as presented.
Call the question.
Yeah.
Second.
Final comments. Please call the roll.
Doug Goss,
Aye.
Lucinda Wright,
Aye.
Bill Engel,
Aye.
Ann Taylor,
Aye.
Gary Turner.
Aye.
Jane Bumbelow.
Aye.
Justin Burkhart.
Aye.
Jerry Purcell,
Nay.
Larry Parker.
Aye.
8 in favor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
Before we move on, I just want to thank Allison and Thomas for all their hard work on this. I know it's been a lot of work, and there's a lot more work ahead, and I do appreciate all you've done. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ordinance number 57.
Ordinance number 57, 2025, a general ordinance amending Richmond City Code subsection 32.99A and amending prior amended ordinance number 1225, 2025.
Who is to speak to this one?
She sent them. You can. Yes.
This is 57.
It's a touch screen too, so you can.
Are we doing 57?
Yes, sir.
Mr. President,
I can speak to it
oh, sure.
if you prefer.
If you'd like to, and I can assist as needed.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. Engel.
This is a continuation of the resolution that we brought to the last meeting, which was voted in favor of passing a one.
No.
I think we're
No,
on 57. Mr.
57,
Ring.
never mind.
Yeah,
AJ, would you please walk us through this?
BFF.
I wondered why Mr. Ringo was addressing 57, but this is essentially a housekeeping ordinance that deals with the open door law. As you can see in the bolded text, we have added that we will be placing meeting notices, stricken agendas, because that's not necessary, near the door of the meeting room. And then the new text is in compliance with the Indiana open door law, and to also timely upload meeting materials into an appropriate document database on the city's website. And so just to remain in compliance with state statute, we are amending those provisions in Ordinance 57.
Any questions of AJ at this time from council?
Mr. President,
Mr. Purcell,
motion to suspend the rules and move to second reading.
Second.
have a motion and second to advance ordinance 57, 2025 to second reading, read by title only. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
No, you still do. Well, for the data, for the website, you don't 48 hours in advance, but you still have to post at the meeting location 48 hours in advance.
Okay.
Yep.
Does this mean there'll be time?
We're sending it to second reading.
Okay, I'm getting there. Ordinance 57, 2025, a general ordinance amending Richmond City Code subsection 32.99A and amending prior amended ordinance number 12, 2025.
Ordinance number 57, 2025 is on second reading, which is public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that'd like to speak in favor of this ordinance? Is there anybody in the audience that'd like to speak in opposition?
Move to Rose.
Second.
Mr.
Have a
President,
motion. Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a comment
Sure.
from council seat. I received this morning, and I haven't had a chance to look at it, but on the screen for the first time. So I will be abstaining my vote as speaking of timely, we got this today.
Okay.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Ordinance 57, 2025 is on second reading, which is public hearing. Anyone in the audience want to speak in favor?
We've done that.
We've done that? We need an engrossment.
We need to vote on the engrossment.
Call the question.
Second.
We never voted on.
Yeah, let's vote on
engrossment yet.
engrossment.
Oh,
Please call the roll for the engrossment.
I thought you were going to just do it. Voice vote. Doug Goss,
aye.
Lucinda Wright,
Abstain.
Bill Engel,
Aye.
Ann Taylor,
Aye.
Gary Turner.
Aye.
Jane Bumbalough.
Aye.
Justin Burkhart.
Abstain.
Jerry Purcell,
Aye.
and Larry Parker.
Aye.
Okay, that's 7-2 in
Okay,
favor.
so it is engrossed.
It's
Now then,
engrossed.
Mr. Goss,
Call the question.
Second.
motion and second for the call the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, Doug Goss,
Aye.
Lucinda Wright,
Abstain.
Bill Engel,
Aye.
Ann Taylor,
Aye.
Gary Turner.
Aye.
Jane Bumbalough.
Aye.
Justin Burkhart.
Abstain.
Jerry Purcell.
Aye.
Larry Parker.
Aye.
7-2 in favor.
Motion carried.
Mr. President?
Yes,
The reason for my abstaining is the same as Justin. I could not open up any of the documents on any of my devices.
Did you later in the
Today.
day when I sent them individually?
No. I still couldn't open it. So,
And I think, Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
preparation is key. A lot of these are important decisions, and when we get them the day of the meeting, I know I'm not able to prepare in that time period. So I think that we got to do things differently. Things have got to be a little bit different here for us to make good, prepared decisions.
All of these ordinances,
It's going to be totally changed. After today and speaking with Laserfish, it's totally changed.
all these ordinances are supposed to be submitted to the clerk by 12 o'clock noon on Wednesday. And from now on, if they're not there, they won't be on the agenda.
Thank you.
thank you.
Well, they were, and I tried to get it out before Thanksgiving, but then Laserfish wasn't cooperating. So now I'm just going to bypass some things, okay?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I would like to say that I do have the same feelings as our council members have expressed about getting our documents in a timely fashion. I happen to be retired and had the time to spend all of this day doing research, but not everyone has that luxury.
I understand.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I know we've had, a few people have mentioned this issue. Up until this past agenda, I have not. I don't know if that's because I use my city email address, but I think it would probably be in best practice for everyone to use their city email addresses going forward. I think that may help.
What I've decided to do is just do them individually. I'm not going to hyperlink them anymore. Okay? That'll make it easier for everybody, I think.
Okay. Ordinance number 58.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir. Mr. Engel?
before we move on, I just want to make sure when we will be seeing the agendas and have access to them.
Either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday mornings.
Okay,
Sometimes
perfect.
it takes a little bit longer, as long as I have them to you 48 hours in advance.
Okay, thank you.
Ordinance 58, 2025.
Ordinance 58, 2025, an ordinance of the City of Richmond adopting a 1% municipal food and beverage tax.
I can speak to this, Mr. President. This
the right
is
one.
Mr.
the,
Engel, you just
You
do
got
that.
the right one?
let me get a run at it. This is a continuation of the resolution that we passed at the last meeting regarding the 1% municipal food and beverage tax. We will hopefully discuss, or not discuss this today. We will, I think you have set, Mr. President, a special meeting in order for us to consider this. The special meeting would have this ordinance as the only item on the agenda. Is that correct?
That is correct. We can put this, we can discuss it among ourselves. We can take it to second reading. We're not going to have public hearing tonight on this. We'll have a special meeting on Wednesday, the 10th of December at 7 o'clock.
15th of December.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
can we check the date on that?
It's the 15th of December at 6 PM. So immediately preceding your next regularly scheduled council meeting. That's how it was advertised.
I just don't think that that's enough time.
Did you hear what he said?
We can change it.
Pardon me?
It's been advertised that way.
Well, we have time to change the advertisement if that's
Yeah.
what you want.
I won't be able to be here.
My problem with that is that gives us 1 hour. And I think that that will not be enough time for the public to speak. Because I can foresee 10 or 15 people wanting to speak in favor of this, which will take up over an hour. And then if anyone is in opposition, they won't have any time to speak. And so I would rather have it at a regular meeting, just a special meeting like it was originally was asked for. And that's the reason why I would like to have it on the 10th of December at 7 o'clock.
There is a 10-day notice period, so the 10th is now not possible.
So the 11th.
Okay, we'll do it the
You
11th.
could do the 11th.
Okay, let's do it the 11th then. 11th of December at 7 o'clock in the council chambers.
Thursday.
Mr. Engel, you want to continue?
I can. This is as I said, a 1% tax on prepared food, not on groceries. So if you go out to your favorite restaurant or fast food establishment, you would pay this 1% tax. If you go to the grocery store and do your grocery shopping, you would not pay this tax. And this, according to the legislation, this money would be used to support our park system, including parks, trails, and the Gorge project.
Thank you. Any questions of Mr. Engel?
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
I would like to correct that any prepared food at the grocery store will be taxed.
Pardon me?
Any prepared food at the grocery is taxed.
Yes.
That's correct.
I was going to ask that question.
Yeah.
Is that your question?
It was.
Okay. Any additional questions or comments?
Mr. President,
Mr. Purcell?
I would like for us to set a Finance Committee meeting prior to the public hearing.
That's fine. Mr. Burkhart, you set that meeting, please?
Taken care of.
Thank you.
What time would it be?
I put it in the minutes.
PM?
Over top the other meeting, 6 p.m. Would 5 o'clock that day be enough time?
Wait a minute, what time are we meeting?
7 o'clock.
So,
7, so we can meet at 6.
so the meeting on December 11th is at,
7.
okay,
Finance
So-
Committee will meet then on the 11th at
The-
6 PM?
6 p.m., correct?
Thank you.
Yep.
What is council's pleasure? We can advance this to second reading and hold it there, or we can leave it here.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I move that we advance this to second reading, but hold it.
Hold the
Second.
hearing.
Have a motion and second to suspend the rules and advance ordinance 58, 2025 to second reading, read by title only. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, and it's on second reading until our special meeting, which is the 11th at 7 o'clock.
Ordinance 59, 2025, an appropriation ordinance amending the 2025 budget.
Evening, council.
Good evening.
This is just simply moving monies from one account within the Roseview Transit budget from part-time salaries and wages to professional services. It's in the amount of $40,000, and it is to be used for a microtransit study for the Roseview Transit System, which will help us with a master plan moving forward. Part-time salaries are not currently being used, and there's no anticipation to hire any part-time help.
You have a time crunch on this one, too? What is your time crunch?
The end of the month.
Mr. Burkhart, you want to just keep this in the Finance Committee then?
Yes, I'd like to invite you to the Finance Committee on the 15th, 6 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Need to attend. Thank you.
Second
On
reading.
this on second reading, yes.
Amended ordinance number 55, 2025, an appropriation ordinance authorizing the submittal, acceptance, and appropriation of a grant from the Patrick Leahy Bulletproof Vest Partnership.
Do we have anyone to speak to this ordinance? Hearing, okay.
Good evening, Tracy McGinnis, City Controller. I believe there was a little bit of confusion when this was first brought up for first hearing on what accounts this money would be taken from, or if there was money available. For this particular grant, the money is located in the CCD account. The funds are available to use immediately, and they were set aside just for this project.
In what account, Mr. President?
Mr. Engel?
In what account was that?
It's the CCD account,
Okay, thank you.
and it's for police other equipment is the title of the account.
Does this one have a time crunch as well?
That I cannot answer, sir.
Any questions of the controller at this time?
Mr. President,
Go Okay, Mr. Purcell,
Yes, I would suggest we send this to Finance Committee.
that's what I'm going to do.
Thank you.
Final comments? Ordinance 55 goes to the Finance Committee. Any unfinished business to come before council at this time?
Move for adjournment.
Second.
Have a motion and second to call for adjournment. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? We stand adjourned.
You are watching Whitewater Government Television, WGTV, Channel 11, part of the Whitewater Community Television family of stations.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Richmond Power and Light meeting for Monday, December the 1st. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
As soon as I buried it. Doug Goss,
Here.
Lucinda Wright,
Present.
Bill Engel.
Here.
Ann Taylor,
Here.
Justin Burkhart.
Here.
Gary Turner.
Here.
Jane Bumbelow.
Here.
Larry Parker.
Here.
Jerry Purcell.
Here.
You're all here.
Thank you. Next, we have the approval of the minutes, and we actually have two sets of minutes from our normal meeting on November the 3rd and from our special meeting that was held on November the 12th in the Hutton Room. We'll begin with the minutes from November the 3rd. Are there any questions, comments, concerns?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented from November the 3rd. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the approval of the minutes from November the 12th in that special meeting. Are there any comments, questions, concerns from those minutes?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes from the November 12th meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the bills to be approved.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Finance Committee has reviewed the bills and moved for approval of $7,208,982.54.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the bills to be approved in $7,208,982.54. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have any unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business at this time? Hearing none, report from the general manager.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
We do have a few action items on the agenda tonight, but first, I'd like to introduce someone in the audience, one of our team members, Dave Samuels. Want to wave, Dave? Dave is one of our senior meter technicians, does a tremendous job for us, and just wanted to point him out being here tonight to watch the meeting. So, thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Our first action item this evening is to award a bid for a new horizontal directional drill for the line department as previously approved in the 2025 capital budget. We would be trading in a 2015 Ditch Witch directional drill with trailer. We did receive two bids. One was from Ditch Witch, one was from Vermeer Midwest. After trade, Ditch Witch was at $188,500. Vermeer was at $175,807.69. After a thorough review of the bids presented, we discovered that the Vermeer bid did not meet our specs, including a key item, which is the drill pipe diameter. We would not be able to reuse any of our drill pipe that we already have. We have quite a bit, several hundred feet, which would be several $1,000s to replace. So that was not correct. And we also spec'd a certain engine size and horsepower due to the fact that when we're drilling around here, sometimes we hit rock, limestone, things like that. So that is key that we have a piece of equipment that will do what we need to do in Richmond. As a result, I am asking for us to award the bid to the higher bid, which is Ditch Witch, for those reasons. We do have several other smaller technical issues in the bid specs that didn't align, but those were a couple of the big ones. But we are asking to award the bid to Ditch Witch in the amount of $188,500 after trade. And the budget for this, we did not expect such a high trade value, so we did budget actually at $280,000. So we are coming in significantly lower than what we anticipated.
So to recap, though this was not the lowest, we're seeing where the lowest bidder was actually did not fit our specs.
We did touch base with AJ as we put together this recommendation this evening to make sure we were going down the right path. And Karen, if this is awarded tonight, I'd ask that these reasons be placed in the meeting minutes, please.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Purcell.
motion to accept the bid as presented by the general manager.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second to approve this bid as presented by the general manager. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is potential approval of the 2026 operating and capital budget. When we emailed your packet out, I did put together just a small memo that accompanied that, just reminding you that we did send budgets out the week of October 27th. We did hold the special meeting on the 12th, where we did go department by department to review the operating side as well as capital requests. And at that meeting, as you may recall, we did have Sandra Lambert, Finance Manager, Aaron Holler, Line Superintendent, and Ben Phillips from Parallax there. So what I plan to present tonight is not that entire presentation again, but just some highlights, the bottom line, basically. But I do have that presentation available if we need to revert to that for any reason. So what we talked about, we base our budget on what we feel like our projected kilowatt hour sales will be. 2025, we budgeted 909 million kilowatt hours. We're projected to sell this year 915 million. Just to be conservative, and this also aligns with IMPA's projections for us, we're basing our budget off of kilowatt hour sales of 912 million, almost 913 million. When we looked at our department by department expenses, we tried to do our very best to have a status quo expense budget this year. Department heads did a really good job maintaining that, even when we factored in a 3% cost of living raise for our employees. So overall, our expenses are up 0.4%. I feel like they did a very nice job maintaining status quo and finding cuts where they could. So for the operating side, we're projecting about 95 million in electric sales, approximately 1.3 million in other operating revenue and income, for a total of $96,763,630. Now, our expenses are more than that. Expenses, which includes the GASB rules that we spent a lot of time discussing on the 12th, come in at $98,612,942, with a net income of a loss of 1.8 million. But again, that includes non-cash GASB. So when you add back the non-cash GASB expenses that must be outlined in our expense portion, our net income is modest, about $150,000. But I would remind you that is assuming we expend our full budget. So when you're looking at our projected outcome for 2025, we projected when we did the budget last year, I believe, is in the $600,000 range, but we should finish the year around 2.3 million. We also reviewed the capital budget requests, each of those for each department. The construction projects at the bottom, that 2.4 million, those are the standard requests each year, things like street lights, extending new load for new customers. Sometimes we don't spend all of that, but when we do have that new customer that comes to town, that's where we pull the budget from to do those things. And of course, we do have another progress payment, which is previously approved on our intertie transformer, or intertie transformers, the first of which will be delivered late next year, and then the final one will be delivered in 2027. We also reviewed the Parallax budget. Parallax continues to do well. They presented a pretty much a status quo budget as well. A few changes based upon customers and where they anticipate things landing between VoIP, cameras, and fiber. They do have some big projects already lined up for 2026, so that's a good thing. But again, a pretty modest budget. And they're projecting a net income of just less than $300,000. So that's a very quick summary from the other night, and I would entertain any questions that you might have.
What questions do we have for Tony?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Engel?
I wanted to check on for the 26 capital budget summary, the meter department, 808,000. Is that replacing, replacing the old meters?
This is our final year of the AMI project.
Okay.
So actually, we should take delivery of the final set of AMI meters late December, early January. We'll pay for them first quarter, and then the AMI project, the meter department will be installing those throughout 2026. I think they're around 4,000, 5,000-ish now installed in 2025. They will wrap that up, and then from here on out, that capital budget for meter will just be basically in maintenance mode. We'll be reducing that dramatically, and we'll be spending those dollars on systematically updating our streetlights to LED.
Okay, great, thank you.
You know, at the special meeting, Tony and the department heads really did a deep dive and answered a lot of questions, but I think this is a very solid budget. I think it's modest, and I just want to commend Tony and his leadership for putting together something really responsible and something that I think we can navigate successfully in 2026.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Purcell?
Yes. Tony, I know that you and I had a discussion about the industrial park and the fact that, I don't know the name of the company now, it was Liberation Labs, has put in a very high energy using process that they've added, and you were worried it was going to tax the amount of available power we have in the industrial park. Has that been included in this budget?
So we are doing okay in the Midwest Industrial Park currently. We are keeping an eye on when the EDC does have an RFI, request for information, whether or not we can handle that. So we do know we have some options moving forward, and this is what we're studying through the rate study process. Adding another transformer out there in the Midwest Industrial Park, that substation, which came online, I believe it was in 2018, does have the ability for us to add another transformer there. And then we're also studying the idea of another intertie substation to provide some redundancy for the city and to allow us additional capacity for the city as a whole, but also specifically Midwest Industrial Park. So those are some things we're going to be having some conversations with you all about first quarter as we kind of see where those numbers land as we finish up this rate study.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Engel?
Another question. The cost of the rate study, where is that in?
That's in the general manager budget. I can't remember specifically what line item it is. We did budget, I think it was 100,000 last year. We're carrying over 35,000 into next year to finish that up.
Okay.
I can find it for you real quick if you wanted that specific line. But the general manager budget should be tab 2, under 1,000 account. It's under rate study, line 18.
Memorized? No.
That's fine. Thank you. Just wondered.
So we need to approve the proposed 2026 capital and expense.
So moved.
Second.
I was looking for a motion. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the proposed 2026 capital and expense budgets as presented by the general manager.
Roll call.
Yes, please.
Doug Goss.
Aye.
Lucinda Wright.
Aye.
Bill Engel.
Aye.
Larry Parker.
Aye.
Ann Taylor.
Aye.
Gary Turner.
Aye.
Jane Bumbelow.
Aye.
Gary Purcell.
Aye.
And Justin Burkhart.
Aye.
All are in favor.
Great.
Thank you all. Appreciate that very much.
We appreciate you, Tony.
Yes, indeed.
So the next thing on our agenda, this was also sent to you previously, but it's just salary, it's resolution number 4, which is the resolution fixing the number and compensation of RP&L employees. We've talked a little bit about this in the previous months when we did discuss the approval of the IBEW 1395 contract. So the resolution reflects the 3% cost of living for all Richmond Power and Light employees.
Any questions for Tony on the 3% cost of living increase?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve resolution number 4.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 4 as presented. All those in favor, please, or do we take a roll call here?
It's up to you.
Let's take a roll call.
Okay.
Please, thank you.
Doug Goss,
Aye.
Lucinda Wright,
Aye.
Bill Engel,
Aye.
Larry Parker,
Aye.
Ann Taylor,
Aye.
Gary Turner.
Aye.
Jane Bumbelow.
Aye.
Jerry Purcell,
Aye.
and Justin Burkhart.
Aye.
All are in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next action item on the agenda is our quarterly ECA. So the first quarter in 2026, the average ECA will be a slight increase of 0.001501 cents per kilowatt hour, with residential seeing a slight increase of 0.002868 cents per kilowatt hour. So as a reminder, the ECA is our wholesale power rate. So IMPA does a rate study annually, and typically we see the biggest change for that the first quarter of the year, and then it pretty much stays flat. So going back to first quarter 2024, that's a period when our ECA has been highest in recent history. The ECA was at 1.9 cents per kilowatt hour. We're still, even with this very, very small increase, we're at 1.3 cents a kilowatt hour, so we're down still down 6/10 of a cent of a kilowatt hour over the past 2 years for wholesale costs. And quite honestly, that says a lot about IMPA and their ability to, number one, enter into good long-term contracts for power, and their ability to generate power for member communities like Richmond at a very low rate. So a little more long-winded than I usually talk about with ECA, but being the first, explaining why we see a change first quarter, that's kind of the background.
Any questions for Tony on the ECA rates for the first quarter of 2026? Mr. Goss, did you have a motion?
Motion to approve ECA rates for the first quarter of 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the ECA rates for the first quarter of 2026. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. All right, as we wrap up, I'd like to recognize some folks at RP&L. These are, in the middle, 3 of our now journeyman linemen. So they have completed about 4 years of coursework, hands-on lab, and 8,000 training hours to complete their apprenticeship program. So they are now journeyman linemen as approved through the TV PPA apprenticeship program. So a big congratulations. That's a lot of heavy lifting to Matt Baker, Mason Sollenberger, and Peyton Hobson for this huge accomplishment. So
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I
Great.
wanted to recognize them for their accomplishment tonight.
Great.
And also wanted to thank you. Been a great 2025. Next year, we could have a pretty busy year. We still have that lingering CCR project that at some point IDEM is going to give approval of that project, we hope. And it would be nice if something happened federally and we don't have to do it. So we're still keeping our fingers crossed there. But we will have a lot of moving pieces next year on that potentially. So just wanted to kind of give you the heads up. And again, thank you though for everything this year. We had a busy year and a lot of moving pieces. Also like to recognize Justin for being our board chair this year. Did an excellent job. I enjoyed working with you, Justin.
Thank you.
And
For Justin.
Did a good
like I've mentioned the past few years, I continue the tradition of breaking tradition. Instead of giving you a gavel as recognition of being board chair,
Fantastic.
we have created once again some
Which storm did this come down in?
That's cute.
that is from your neighborhood, Justin.
Probably, is it old? Yeah, it's probably.
Very old.
That is cool. Thank
So,
you.
That is.
Very well. Thank you for
Very nice.
serving
Thank
as our
you.
chair.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But that is all I have this evening, unless you have questions for me.
Any questions for Tony?
Move for adjournment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
And everyone, before you leave, I have something for you outside the door here as well.
Oh, okay.
New car?
I doubt it.
Electric car? Wow, great.
There was a thing on Facebook where a lady went to a gas station, she has an electric car. Yes, it's not a hybrid, it's electric. And they're telling her, it's electric, you don't need gas. Did you ever get your license?
That's all right with you? No, it's just different put together, so thank you.
You are watching Whitewater Government Television, WGTV, Channel 11, part of the Whitewater Community Television family of stations.